Alright YouTube, this is where we get started on swapping out the components and the wiring harness from one engine to the other. I'm going to go ahead and look for the tools that I need, so this way I can go ahead and remove the items I need to remove. Right here I'm taking off the tensioner, and I want to go ahead and release the tensioner so this way I could remove the belt. After removing the tension off the tensioner, I decide to remove the connector off the AC compressor, which gives me a hard time, as you can see. Now I'm taking off the heat shields from the actual exhaust manifolds. Now you'll notice I'm kind of all over the place. I start unloosening everything. I unloosen the bolts for the AC compressor. I unloosen the bolts for the power steering pump. I unloosen all the 10 millimeters for the actual wire harness straps, which connects the wire harness to the actual engine. And I start disconnecting all of the wire harness connectors that's on the actual engine. You guys may not notice, but I'm actually disconnecting the bolts for the coil packs right now, so I can disconnect the coil packs that's connected to the actual engine. Here's the heat shield on the other side of the engine. I gotta take this one off also because I want to transfer the heat shields onto the new engine with the manifolds. But to get access to the actual exhaust manifold, you have to remove the heat shields. Now that I have access and all my bolts are loose, I go ahead and I take the bolts off from the actual AC compressor, and I remove the actual AC compressor from the engine. Standing on your legs all day makes you tired, so I got my little crate set up, which I put down with a little pillow on top to sit on, and that's my seat. Now that I'm comfortable, I'm able to go ahead and remove that AC compressor and put the bolts back into the locations that I took them out from. So this way, when I transfer the AC compressor to the new engine, I'm able to go ahead and remember where everything's at. While I got the AC compressor out, I'm gonna go ahead and sit it next to the new engine. Finished taking off the coil patch on the other side of the engine and disconnecting the wiring harness. Now it's time to move to the alternator. First, I have to disconnect the wiring going to the alternator and take the belt off. So I disconnect the connector on the bottom of the alternator, located right on the bottom, and I take the belt off so this way I can remove the alternator. Can't forget my seat. No, I need that. take the bottom bolt off, remove those, and I'll be able to set the alternator aside. I'm going to go ahead and leave the alternator plugged into the wire harness. I know that looks fairly awkward, but there's a ground wire that's connected to the back of the alternator, which is giving me a hard time coming off at this time, and I'm just going to go ahead and leave it all together. Notice it, but the engine is going to topple over a little bit, and I'm going to basically have to catch it. Very dangerous, guys. Don't try this at home. Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and try to take the chain off the engine and remove the strap so I could bring the engine back up on the stand so it won't be toppled over the way it is in the garage. There's a will, there's a way. Don't forget, have strength within, not without. You'll find a way. I'm by myself, but I still figured it out. Just using a little bit of leverage and my brain, I'm able to go ahead and pick the engine up off the ground, get it leveled out. Luckily, this is the old engine, so it really doesn't matter. But I still need to make sure I get some of these components and sensors off of this old engine and make sure I keep them intact.